On the Dash Enterprise side, we introduced VMs starting and stopping and parking, allowing you to manage your resources more effectively. We also introduced a new monitoring console that lets you see those resources live. So this is a great way to see what's going on, in your VM, figure out if there are problematic services like running, or if you need to stop a few to make room for others. So now you have that observability baked right into Dash Enterprise. We also introduced new data sources like Azure Data Lake and AWS Redshift, as well as a new custom data source credential storage feature, which is super handy when connecting to data sources that are outside of the list of data sources that we support natively. On the library side, we saw some huge performance gains as well there. So one thing is you can now basically support, we support universal data frames. So if you want to use pandas, if you want to use polars, you can now use those directly with our libraries. We introduced enhanced type arrays in JavaScript, which introduces a great performance lift there. We now integrate with Jupyter Notebook and Jupyter Lab and support their widgets. But last but not least, we have a whole new architecture for static image generation. So Plotly AI Chat is an integrated AI chat interface based on OpenAI ChatGPT. It understands the structure of your data. We essentially take metadata about a data frame that you've created in your workspace, things like the column name and its cardinality, some statistics about that data frame. We share that with OpenAI, and then we let you ask pretty much anything at this point. And what it returns is high quality pandas and Plotly code that's compatible with apps.
So for the demo over here, I've taken as an example a poem. But this is just to show you that it could be anything. Initially, this was done with documents on clinical trials. So you would put a whole couple different documents relating to a single clinical trial, and you could interact with the chatbot about that trial. So this is the poem. It's very short, doesn't say anything about the author or the name of the poem. This is by Robert Frost. It's called The Road Not Taken. So I will show you. I just have to drag and drop it over here. So now the poem is sort of in the Dash app. When I click process, it embeds this PDF, takes the words, puts them into vector embeddings, and now I can interact with an LLM using sort of this RAG model. So I can say, who is this poem by? Robert Frost. I could add, for example, what are the possible interpretations of the poem's ending? Okay, so we have a number of interpretations. I can ask about what is the main theme. So as you can see here, even though I'm asking questions about a poem and I haven't given explicitly any context about it, it knows all of this because it has access to this vector database, and it's looking through the database to provide insightful answers.
First of all, you're using Dash, the web framework, Python-based web framework. How does it specifically enable RAG apps, and what did you find as differentiators when you're building these kinds of projects with Dash?
Yeah, so Dash is obviously a Python framework, so you can easily connect to any external API through Python. So it makes it easy to integrate with LangChain, with OpenAI, Anthropic, Mistral, all of those APIs. It's super easy with Dash because it's super customizable. So you can kind of customize the front end exactly as you want, as you can see with this app. And also on the back end, you can easily change up the agents and sort of the prompts and the context you give it. So there's a lot you can do. And I use Dash because it's super flexible.
Can you talk a bit about how using Dash Enterprise as the deployment system for this project facilitated the project and facilitate any changes you made to the project over time?
How simple? Yeah, so it was very easy to deploy to Dash Enterprise. It was just sort of one line deploy, add the environment variables. So that made it really, really simple. The other thing also is as more users use this, it's pretty easy to scale the application. As Dash is a stateless framework, we can easily add replicas, containers, workers, so that we can scale this to accommodate as many users as possible.
There's a ton of new features in this new major release of open source Dash. We have a refreshed DevTools UI. We've removed a ton of legacy and deprecated features, so be sure to check out the migration guide when you upgrade. We're defaulting to React 18, which should be a great change for component developers. We have better prop typing for components. And feature I'm really excited about, which is under the hood, is better render performance. If you're building a project with tons of Dash components, the render performance is going to be massively improved. So, upgrade your app, pip install, upgrade Dash. If you're using pip, of course, UV or any other package manager, if you're looking to install the project, upgrade in your preferred way.